All right, guys, so we are going to do 1-point perspective boxes right now. I know a lot of us seniors haven't done point perspective yet this year, but we're going to start off with a couple worksheets. So we have 1-point perspective boxes. All you really need is a straight edge to do this and a pencil and an eraser, but fortunately you guys are using Notability, so all you need is your iPad. So don't judge me that I'm using a piece of wood that I found that my wife uses for her Cricut, but that is going to be my straight edge. So literally all the directions are out here, and I'm going to go step by step. So when you guys do the project, you can watch the video and then do the work straight from there. So the first thing you do when you do point perspective is the horizon line. So you have to find the middle. I like to, when I do it with my 8th graders, line the middle up with this line right here. So that line right there. So I'm going to line the straight edge up with that line, making sure my line is straight, and then go across the page. So that is the center of our page. Now from there, we have to find our vanishing point. Now it's usually dead center. For this project, I like to put a little bit over to the side, so we have our lines to go to. So that's the point of perspective. That's our vanishing point. All of the lines that we draw, as you can see in the directions, go towards the vanishing point. It's like when you're looking at a picture or looking down the street and you see that it looks like the street and everything is going towards one spot. That is our vanishing point. So to start the project, we have to make 3 boxes. The easiest way to do this is to just put a line. I'll put it on that side. Put a line, making sure that our line is nice and straight up the page. So I have that line right there. From here, I like to go just straight over a little bit, not too far. You see that I have my next line right there. And then making sure my line, my straight edge or my piece of wood that I found is straight, go all the way down. All right, now I have this big box right here. I have to make each of these now into individual squares. So I'll start by squaring off the bottom. When I usually do this, once again, with the 8th graders, I like to do the middle one first and then the top and the bottom. So we're going to do the middle one first. Make that the bottom half. All right, and go up here, make it the top half. You want to be as close to making it half and half as possible, so it's much easier when you have a ruler, because you can actually measure it out. But then we will go ahead and erase the line. For you guys, it's easy enough. It's just a partial erase in Notability, just partially erase. So now we have that box. We want to make 2 more boxes above and below that are relatively similar in size. Doesn't have to be perfect, but get it as close as we can. We have that one. So we can go ahead and erase the lines in between, the lines in between. Now we have 2 boxes. Now we have to do our 3rd box on the bottom. So once again, as close to the same size as possible. Put our line straight across. And now we have our 3rd box. All right, it's a little bit of a different size, but that's fine. So you have to erase all the lines in between to make sure that's a 3rd box. And you also want to erase the horizon line that's in the middle box. All right, so we have that step done. Next is this step. So what I like to do is from all of the points that I'm putting these dots at, so you guys can see all the dots, from all of those points, making a straight line to the point of perspective. So from all of those spots, straight to the point of perspective. Now, if we were doing this on paper, I would say to you guys, go lightly, because we will end up erasing most of these lines. Just bear with me, as this will take you guys much less time than it will take me. Because we will end up erasing most of this. So the lighter you go, the better, because a lot of our erasers aren't the best. Also, excuse my small pencil. My wife took all of our pencils to her baby shower, and these are the only ones that were returned. So here we go. All right, so now all of our boxes are to the point of perspective. So you can see that they're all kind of getting some kind of depth to them. What we have to do next is we have to create the edges, as you can see, of our boxes to show that there's depth, that there's point perspective. So we'll start with the bottom one. What we're gonna do is you have to draw a straight line up. Anytime you do perspective, every line that goes up and down, left and right, has to be perfectly straight, up and down, left and right. The only lines that aren't straight are the ones that are going to the point of perspective. So from this point on, every line we draw is either gonna be perfectly straight up and down. It's not gonna be slanted anyway. It's gonna be perfectly straight or perfectly straight left and right. So we'll do the bottom one first. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna line up your straight edge, which you guys don't have to use. You're just going to draw a line from down there and go straight up. So I went straight up from there. So if you guys just click on one spot with your stylus, pull it up, the line will then just straighten on your iPad, then let go on that line. Now from that spot right there, I'm making sure my straight edge is straight. I'm going straight across. So those are connected. Now what I can do is I can erase, all of that. And that's one box done. Now we're gonna do the same thing up here. Instead of making it as wide, we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. So it's gonna be a little bit closer. It's gonna be right about there. So once again, lining this up, making sure we're straight. Go straight down. And then right from that point where it hits the line, we're gonna go straight over. And we have our next box. You can erase that. So as you can see, what I do is I go straight down, and then from the point that it meets right there, from this spot right there, I go over. And then we save the middle one for last. That is going to be the easiest of them. It's just a line straight down. So you guys can choose the length you want to do this one. I like to make this one a little bit of a longer box, because why not? Go straight down there, erase the line to the right of it, as well as don't forget to erase the horizon line in the middle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our 1-point perspective box project. All right, if you got any questions, feel free to email myself, Mr. Rodney, or Ms. Panassi, and talk to you guys soon.